Today marks 81 years since D-Day. The war led to the defeat of the Nazis and an end to World War II. Flyovers were among the tributes taking place on the beaches of Normandy to mark the pivotal moment. Thousands of people turned out along the Normandy shoreline to honor war heroes. The tribute also included parachute jumps, parades, and historical reenactments. More than 4,000 Allied soldiers died that day, including about 2,500 American troops. Among those at today's 81st commemoration events in Normandy, France, was a local World War II veteran from Dunwoody. 101-year-old Hilbert Margol didn't serve on D-Day, but he was one of the members of the Allied forces that helped win the war. Margol was in Normandy for the first time last year for the 80th anniversary, but as he tells Fox 5's Tyler Fingert, he knew he wanted to go back again.
81 years after this beach was a battlefield.
The beaches of Normandy were consecrated by the blood of our heroes.
Some of the few World War II veterans who are left made the pilgrimage to Normandy, France to honor those who gave everything for freedom.
To remind them of what took place, number one, and number two, hopefully it never happens again.
Among those who went this year is 101-year-old Hilbert Margol from Dunwoody, who says some things are too important to only visit once.
It was such a fantastic trip, I said I have to go back again.
She has to kiss you before you get on this flight, like the last time.
After a kiss from his wife of 70-plus years, Margol was off to France again. While he didn't serve on D-Day, he was one of the members of the Allied forces that helped win the war. During last year's visit, he went to the Normandy American Cemetery. He doesn't know anyone buried there, but he felt the weight of the rows of white crosses.
I knew that those that were gave all of the freedom that this country enjoys. And it was quite emotional at the time.
More than 2,500 American service members died on D-Day and more than 400,000 throughout the war. In all, more than 16 million Americans were called to serve.
All the veterans that I served with were all, born and grew up during the Great Depression. So we were used to tough times. So going into combat was not that difficult.
One of those Margol served with was his twin brother. They were some of the first to discover the Dachau concentration camp on April 29, 1945.
We knew almost nothing about such camps. So whatever we saw, we witnessed a lot of dead bodies and so forth. We didn't understand why they were there, why were they dead. There it is.
In 2024, Margol was one of 11 U.S. veterans given the Legion of Honor.
Hilbert Margol.
It's France's highest order of merit.
When President Macron of France pinned a medal on my jacket, he leaned over and kissed me on both cheeks, which I expected that. That's European custom.
His memorable trips have been made possible by the Best Defense Foundation and Delta Airlines. Margol doesn't call himself a hero, but the world knows the truth.
I never considered myself or any of the other veterans heroes, because in my judgment, the heroes are the guys who didn't make it back. To me, those are the heroes.
Margol crossed the ocean 2 years in a row, not to relive history, but to honor the men who never made it out of it. Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.